So to start my card here, I just have a sheet cut to 4.5 by 4.5. And we're going to use that to create our single layer card. I have a square here that I'm going to use for a little bit of masking, and we're going to start off with the chevron background. I'm going to ink that up in Seattle Sky Color Box dye ink. And we're going to just lay that right on top of the square and press that down so we have that white open space here in the middle. Kind of want to line that up as straight as possible. Of course, it's kind of hard to do being at a funny angle right here, but we'll make it work. And I press that down. The stamp is just a little bit shorter, so I'm going to go in and then add another layer to the bottom. Press that in. You can turn it over and press it in to make sure that you're transferring the color evenly. I usually use copy paper when I'm doing masking because it's a lot thinner and it just makes it easier. So again, we're going to go in and finish that bottom spot up. And then I'm going to lay the outside, the negative area of my square over the top of the card here to mask out that area because I don't want to get any extra paint around in the chevron areas. And I'm going to take a sentiment here from the Mad Scientist set. This says, "My love for you is explosive." Alright, so I'm going to stamp that so I have that all positioned and I know where I want it to go. Start that to begin with. And then I've also stamped this little beaker here that's kind of overflowing with steam or foam or whatever sort of experiment's going on inside. And I've also stamped that onto some copy paper just to use as a mask. I'm going to stamp the original down. And then I'm going to layer the mask over the top. So I know what I have going on. And now we're going to, I'm using repositionable glue on the back. And then we're going to create a little explosion here. I'm just going to take a very fine tipped paintbrush here and I'm going to dip that in some water, get it nice and wet. And I'm going to dip that in my dye ink just to create some little flicks of paint there. I'm starting off with some royal purple dye ink. And then we're going to go in with a little bit of raspberry. Just starting on the die cut on the little beaker. Start with your color and just sort of flick your paintbrush out, and that'll create those little bits of explosion. I think it kind of looks like that. And we're going to go in here now with the tangerine orange dye ink. I really like the dye inks for stamping on just about everything, and I like that you can watercolor with them too. We're going to add a couple more here in jalapeno and then in banana, and we'll be all finished up. I'm going to take the little hearts from this set, from the Mad Scientist set, and we're just going to stamp those all around so we're having an explosion of color and an explosion of love and hearts too. I'm just going to stamp those all around. If there's this section that you don't want to overlap, just take a little piece of paper and use that again as a mask. And then this is a little, there's also a little just itty bitty single stamp, heart stamp that's included with the set. I'm just going to go around and add some little freehand hearts to make my explosion a little bit bigger. And when we're all done, we can peel that mask off. And you can color it in. You can use your Copics, you can use your markers, whatever you use. I'm just using colored pencils here. That's what I have. So that's what I color in with. These are actually watercolor pencils, so if you dip them in water, the color will be a little bit more richer, and then you can blend it as well. So I'm just going to go over the steam with the colored pencil, and then again with my archival dye ink, the Seattle Sky Gray. So we'll blend that gray together with the blue shade from the colored pencil, and that'll create kind of a smoky, smoggy, foggy look. When you're all done and peel that mask off, you'll have something that looks like this.